Hey guys, what's up? It's Karl, and this is probably the best circular smartwatch you can get. Maybe even the best smartwatch if you don't even touch the Apple Watch, which I know is super popular. I think the market share of this is around 55%, so a lot of people own them. There's just something that I cannot get over with the square design, and maybe that's me coming from a bit of an OG watch background, but circular smartwatches have always been my thing, and this is the brand new Samsung Galaxy Watch 4, and I'm loving it so far. And like I said, if you're looking for a watch design that's a bit more traditional, if you want to watch outside of the Apple ecosystem, I think your options are fairly limited, and I believe Samsung has the second largest market share, so these are some of the most popular Android smartwatches, and they made a huge improvement to make the upgrade for this year, and first off, that is software based. So previously, Samsung was rocking their own OS powered by Tizen, which didn't have the best app support, and announced this year at Google I/O, Google and Samsung were working together this time with Wear OS 3 powered by Samsung, however you want to look at it, or Wear OS 3 with One UI skin or Samsung skin over top. So now you've got access to all the Google apps. You can kind of sync that with your smartphone just like you would over on an iPhone. There are a couple extra steps if you don't own a Samsung device. You do need to download Samsung Wear, Samsung Health. And if you can look past those couple things, the experience now has just gotten so much better. You've got access to the Google Play Store. You can download every app that you're rocking on your Android device finally onto your Samsung watch. In terms of the physical design, it's pretty simple, and there's actually two different options. So you can get either the Watch 4 or the Watch 4 Classic, which does have the classic rotating bezel. It's also 2 mils larger at 42 to 46 mils, but the screen size between the Classic and the regular 4 remain the same, either 1.2 or 1.4, depending on which size you get. The area where I feel Samsung falls really short is the customization options. And although I am typically someone that wears a silicone band, mostly black, I've got that on my Apple Watch, you're really limited to your options on the Samsung side. I only saw the black silicone at launch, but for example, on the Apple side, you can get hundreds of different silicone band colors. They come in Velcro, leather, even metal, and for the case design itself, this is a stainless steel option. I believe on the Samsung side, you're still limited to just aluminum. So that customization option, which I think people love to spec out, you are sadly limited, like I said, on Samsung. Once again, if you can kind of look past that and want a simple smartwatch that kind of focuses on your health, that has a great experience. So this is actually 20% faster than the previous gen. There isn't as much stutter or lag navigating through the UI. It's rocking Samsung's W920 chip, 1.5 gigs of RAM with 16 gigs of storage. I think it's a solid competitor to the Apple Watch, probably the best one that we've seen. And usually I put the Apple Watch on kind of its own pedestal. I know the majority of my friends use one, but I do think the Samsung Watch 4 poses a serious threat, and it's not because of the orange face, although you might think that is slightly a bit of bias. Health-wise, I think this is where the Samsung Watch shines, and it draws on a lot of what already makes the Apple Watch so successful. So you can complete your rings. It's in the shape of a heart on the Samsung Watch. It's got dedicated fitness tiles, which you can swipe through from the right-hand side, so you can measure things like BMI, even though it's not the most accurate technically. You measure that by placing your two fingers on the two diodes. A little electrical signal runs through to measure the resistance, how quickly that passes through fat and water. Not the most scientific, but kind of scrolling through, we've got sleep analysis, we've got ECG, you even have a stress test, and this shows I am not stressed at all. Once again, I'm not too sure what they use to measure that, probably a combination of that BMI and maybe, say, your heart rate. But the best test, I would say, is to do a little workout. We'll actually compare them, and we'll switch to my handy little bench rack behind me. I'll crush a set of legs, and I'll let you know how I do. Okay, so just crushed right under 40 minutes of a squat workout. So I'm squatting around 295, around 10 reps for 10 sets. So I was pushing close to 30,000 pounds in that 40 minutes. It was a tough one. Legs is by far the shittiest workout day, but I find it's the best gauge on how well these kind of track your overall workouts. And there's a pretty big difference. Over on the Samsung, we burned close to 300 calories, and over on my Apple Watch, it was just over 200. So that's a big difference. And I've heard from some other tech reviewers that the Samsung over-exaggerates calorie expenditure, but I think the area that they're not looking at, which I think the Apple Watch still fails to track, is your resting metabolic rate. And that's actually the area that you're looking to increase, because after your workout, whether it's squatting or you're playing some sort of sport, that RMR kind of spikes up and decreases throughout the day. And although you're not working out, that RMR is what's burning the most calories throughout a given kind of workday. And perhaps the Samsung Watch is kind of calculating that and building that into its own equation, but that's where I really find calorie tracking tough. I don't think it's a realistic viewpoint to lose weight, to get in shape. I know it's a decent benchmark. Some people may need that, but the most important thing is actually the workout itself, not calorie counting. And maybe the next most important part you kind of heard through some of my iMessage interruptions, you saw in some of the B-roll. Your friends are a huge motivation factor. So when I finished my squat workout, my buddy Nick said to me that don't hurt yourself, don't go too hard. And I think that's the motivation that a lot of people need, and why a lot of people love to work out, so they can challenge their friends, so they feel a bit motivated to kind of crush the next workout. So maybe my advice is get the smartwatch that other people have. Does that make sense? That your friends maybe have? For someone like myself, I rarely track my strength workouts, and when I play, say, sports, soccer, volleyball, I can't wear a watch anyways. They're technically not allowed. Maybe I could strap it to my ankle, so not a lot of my workouts are recorded, unfortunately. For me personally, it does come down to design, and you guys know I'm always a fan of the circular watch face, and I'm curious which watch you would end up picking. Is it based off of design? Is it based off of your workouts? Is it solely based off price point? Let me know down below in the comments, and if you want to see more workout stuff, more integrations into some of these videos, maybe I can help some of you down in the comments with your own workouts. I also used to be a bit of a personal trainer before this entire YouTube career, so I'm happy to answer any of your questions. Hope you guys enjoyed this quick little review, and I will catch the rest of you in hopefully my next vid, my next workout now, or somewhere else on social. Peace.